Hey guys, we're switching things up today. Instead of the usual finished gadget reviews, this time we're diving into this funky dual webcam system from Creative. Yes, the same Creative has been around for over 41 years, and so far focused mainly on audio products. This is a new venture for their tech team, and we've been given the opportunity to play with it and provide some feedback on the things to improve, and now share with you. Just a fair warning, this is not the final product, but to my understanding it is pretty close. Let's get into it, starting with what you get in box. It is actually a pretty simple setup. There are 2 cameras, 2 sets of USB Type-C cables, as well as Type-C to Type-A adapter. The cables have a very specific way of connecting. You have to connect the 2 cameras together with one of them, and then the second cable goes to the PC. Unfortunately, they decided to opt for USB 2.0. Stay tuned as I delve into why this may be a potential setback later in the review. In the package, you will also receive this small remote for control. That's actually it. For our test run, they've also sent over this nifty freestanding device that gives it a hint of its potential use, but ultimately it's up to you how you want to use it. Both cameras use 1/4-inch screw mounts like typical cameras, so it'll be easy to get accessories and mount it in pretty much any way you like. There is also something to consider though, the cable lengths between the 2 cameras and from the camera to the PC. If you use your own longer cable, make sure it's high quality, as it could prevent the device from working. Now let's dive deeper into the camera specs. They've sort of tagged these as a front-facing camera and the object-facing camera, but don't let that limit you. Feel free to use them in any way you like. For simplicity, I'll call them camera 1 or the fixed lens camera and camera 2 or the zoom camera. While both of them have zoom capabilities, only camera 2 features optical zoom, where you don't lose the image quality. Plus, it comes with autofocus, whereas the camera 1 has fixed focus, like most other webcams. The focus system on camera 2 might feel a bit different from what you might be used to on your phone or DSLR camera. Creative had to prioritize cost-effective solution here to match their pricing strategy. It's not quite top-tier industry standard. The camera isn't designed for constant focus shifting. Instead, it's more of a setting your shot, getting the focus right, and sticking with it. It also doesn't feature continuous autofocus. Take this clip of Nano for example. The little guy was super intrigued by the new toy, especially when it kept adjusting the focus and zoom. The motors would whirl into action and that piqued his interest. The motor sound is audible, but I would not call it loud by any means. This camera setup could be a game changer for people who host training sessions or display products that don't shift focus frequently. For instance, during our device assembly demonstrations, having an overhead camera view would be very useful. When it comes to picture quality, these webcams are genuinely impressive. Both cameras are using the same Sony Stavis IMX415 sensor, which can technically handle up to 4K at 90 FPS. In this case though, we get up to 4K at 15 FPS with a single camera, but it goes up to 25 to 30 FPS in other dual camera modes. It is limited to 1080p though, which is a bit of a letdown for me. It's not a camera issue, it's more about the data bandwidth limit over the USB 2.0 and whatever the processor they're using inside. It's a shame to see the quality of these sensors being held back like this. This probably won't impact those who live stream video, as such streams are typically broadcasted at 1080p anyway. But for users who might want to record videos and then edit them, having a full 4K resolution with high frame rates could be highly beneficial. Personally, I'm hoping to see this improved in the next version. One clear highlight for me is the minimum focus distance on the camera too. Without even zooming in, it allows you to get incredibly close to your subject. I measured the distance of approximately 5 cm from the outer casing to this NVMe drive, and the level of detail it captures was striking. Once you start zooming in, it goes past minimum focus distance and goes blurry. But at this distance, I can confidently say that the footage obtained is more detailed than what I could see with the naked eye. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, please consider subscribing for more tech videos like this. Coming back to the topic, I'd like to highlight a few other features that Project Watcher brings. You have the picture modes that allow you to set the picture-in-picture or picture-by-picture. You can change picture-in-picture positioning or just swap frames. It also provides anti-flicker mode and microphone toggle. If you're planning to use this for streaming, then there is also a handy kill switch, a prominent red button that simultaneously disables both the camera and the microphone. Creative also took our feedback on board while testing, and it will include preset toggle modes. From what I've been informed, this means you'll be able to instantly recall full setting combinations, including display mode, zoom, and brightness. This is a great tool for getting a bit more flexibility with your system. I'm eagerly looking forward to seeing that in action. One other thing to consider is software tools you can use to enhance your video. While this applies to all cameras, I believe the multifunctional cameras that operate with a single cable will offer the utmost convenience. If you're currently using a fairly recent NVIDIA GPU, their broadcast software lets you activate eye tracking and reposition tool. This means even if you're reading off a screen, you can create the illusion that you're looking directly at the camera. Similar tools are soon to hit the laptop market as well. These are just a few examples of how this camera setup can be put to use. It is my understanding that the first batch of these cameras will have super early bird pricing, but what that would look like, we'll have to see the announcement. Availability should be in most of the world though. Feel free to drop any questions or suggestions on how the system could be improved. We'll pass them on to the creatives team. Also, we'll leave a link down below for you to explore more about it. I hope you found this useful. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up and subscribe for more. And we'll see you guys in the next one.